Hey, welcome to Cinema Gulp. I'm Ben, and today we're going back to 2014 to look at the Oscar contending film Foxcatcher. This is Chasers.
I want to be the best in the world. I want to go to Worlds and win gold. I want to go to Seoul. Win gold.
Good.
Foxcatcher is sort of an enigma to me. During and after watching it, I remember wondering why the studio would take on such a property. Not because it wasn't good, it was great. I wondered why more so due to the polarizing effect the true life story had on the world in its infancy. Definitely a valiant effort was made to keep the film from feeling melodramatic. And instead, it displayed a disease-filled tone that forced a vile sense of saliva and sweat all over my skin. The performances were fantastic, however, because of the mixed technique of direction, it was occasionally sort of hard to focus primarily on the strengths of some of these performances. The focus of the film is not without its question marks. What truly is the focus? Is it the struggle, confusion, and heartbreak that Olympic athletes endure during their dog days of training? Are they constantly concerned about their relevancy once they're incapable of performing at that level? Or is it about Jean Dupont and his constant struggle to feel wanted and needed by his aging mother? Is it about family versus friendship? Or brotherly love? It sort of shifts focus often, but it's so amazing, it pulls it off, so it hardly matters. One could make the argument that it's simply telling the story of the true events without agenda or allegiance. Channing Tatum, the film's unsung performer in my opinion, stands out at the center of the film. The film opens with his character and stays on him for about half of the film without him missing a single frame of screen time. The film, in my opinion, is at its strongest when we're following Channing Tatum and getting to know his character. He did such a phenomenal job carrying this film with his low-key yet intense portrayal of someone on the verge of losing it all. The introduction of Jean Dupont was just as creepy as the performance, with Steve Carell really pushing his skills to the limit. This film is definitely Steve Carell and Channing Tatum's best performance to date. Mark Ruffalo, however, I feel is undeserving of that Oscar nomination simply because he wasn't as good as Tatum. He was good, but his character was confusing, stiff, and the least interesting. Tatum really made his character believable in a way that he was so realistically scary that if you saw this guy in person, you'd definitely walk the other way. He was haunted, confused, and constantly manipulated during his career. Foxcatcher is dark, disturbing, and very uncomfortable at times. The story borderline hints at possible gay tensions between Jean and Mark, but never really goes as far to really address any of it. Instead, it addresses the true heartbreaking realization of these athletes and their certain descent into the obsolete column. Wrestling is not something that one can do for long. The manipulation of certain naive athletes and how it sways them from achieving much else in life is saddening. It's a very solid screenplay that pops and moves the viewer through the emotions and intentions of some truly strange individuals. I like the progression and the beats the script takes in order to tell the story within the lives of these three main characters, but I feel a little extra finesse to interweave them may have been needed. However, these are minor gripes for an otherwise excellent film. It's safe to say with Foxcatcher that nothing comes full circle when the film reaches its devastating climax. Steve Carell's performance to me was great. Tatum is rising to the occasion once again and becoming a better actor with every film choice he makes. Very solid ground for the thespians involved, a hauntingly brilliant script to showcase their chops, director Bennett Miller, cinematographer Greg Fraser, and screenwriter E. Max Fry have really created an unusual film, one that should be remembered for years to come. Foxcatcher manages to make your skin crawl and your thoughts conflict as it storms your senses with its tone and aggression.
So everybody, that was my Chasers review of 2014's Foxcatcher. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like and or subscribe. You can leave some comments down in the comment section below. Don't forget you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Cinema Gulp. Until next time, this is Ben. We drink your cinema.
I drink it up!